Today, we are going to learn about the art of improvised performance, but more specifically, comedy. Improv began in the 16th century, with actors performing to theatres filled with people. Improvised comedy found success in Chicago in the 1950s, with many comedy groups forming through a shared interest in improv. This leads us to today, where all over the world specialist theatres have been built for the purpose of holding improvised comedy events. One group that is part of this worldwide phenomenon is Bangor University's ImpSoc group. Let's follow ImpSoc as they embark on something that is not commonly seen in improv comedy today. The Tour.
It initially started with me and my two Halls flatmates. We actually made the logo on the bed out of printouts of the letters, and then we cut them ourselves and put them on my friend's bed, and it was pink, and that's why we've got the ImpSoc logo as the pink thing with the shapes on. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm currently the host, so I have to make all the games up and decide what the focus is that day. And yeah, hopefully I'll improve. I've got a bit rusty recently because I haven't been performing because I've been hosting all the time, but it'll be good.
We normally start off our sessions with some building blocks of improvisation, which is not blocking, it's building a scene from the information you get given, it's thinking on the spot and not using a script. As you'd expect, it's improvisation. We then do a whole range of games from different TV shows. We've got some games where the main thing is quirks, something like party quirks, where someone goes out the room, everyone else gets given a quirk, and then the person comes back in and hosts a party and they have to try and guess the quirks. Scenes from a hat, we get a whole variety of scenes from the audience, something like bad things to say to your parents, and then you just have to come in with a whole range of suggestions. And we do games like questions, where you can only speak in questions, and if you don't speak in the question, you're out.
I found out about ImpSoc on the Bangor Society's page. And I clicked on it because I had no idea what it was. If it was like elves or something. So I clicked on it, and it said improvised comedy, like Whose Line. I was like, oh, I've always liked Whose Line. That could be quite fun. And I went along and it exploded into a joyous occasion of funs and giggles.
ImpSoc are quite a new society. They started about last year. A few guys got together wanting to do a bit of comedy. Mostly started as just a few mates, and they've grown into one of our biggest societies now, one of our best. They do lots of shows. JP shows have been really good, really successful. They've made a lot of money. Their poster campaign's been amazing. People keep going. People talk about them all the time. They're one of the most talked about societies. So they're really important to us. They're one of the best societies, can always be relied upon. They're not just doing drama stuff. They're also getting involved in campaigning and activism. They're doing stuff across the board.
So Friday night is going to be our biggest night ever, our biggest show ever. We're in JP Hall, we're expecting nearly 100 people to turn up, and it's launching our first tour. We're going from our show on Friday night, which will be longer and bigger and better and louder than anything we've done before. And the next morning we're going to get up, get on a minibus and start our international tour, if you can call going to England international. So it's really exciting for us. It's the start of a new era, really.
I'm looking forward. The tour should be a good laugh. We're going to. We know a good number of people in a good number of places, so it's not like we're going to be on our own. We should be able to fill up some of the place adequately to a point.
3 of us stuck in a bus for 5 days.
And they say it's going to be lunacy.
Yeah.
Doing 5 stops on the tour. Obviously our first stop's in Bangor in JP Hall on the Friday night. Our second stop, we're going to Sheffield, and we're taking part in their student comedy festival. It's been highly reviewed in the local press. It's been going for about 3 years now, and we're going to be helping raise money for children in need. And we're taking part with some comedians who've been on the BBC and on Channel 4, and I think we're about number 4 in the bill, which is rather exciting for us. In Nottingham, we're going to the Glee Club. We're pretty worried about that because we're actually there the night after Lee Mack has performed there. So it's a pretty big venue, and we're kind of hoping we get more than 50 people because it's a 250-seat theatre. The third night we're in Birmingham. We're performing with a group called Watch This. They go to the Fringe every year. They do a whole range of different improvised exercises. They do something called long form, which is instead of playing games like we do, they'll take just one word like duck, and then they'll improvise a 45-minute show around that with songs and dances and action. And it's really impressive, and so we're hoping to learn a lot from them. And then we're going to Manchester to a drama society that's got about 200 people in it. They've never done improvised comedy before. We're meeting from about 2 o'clock, and at 8 o'clock we're doing a show with them. So we've got quite a challenge for us there. And then we're getting back to Bangor at 2 o'clock in the morning.
The show's about to start shortly,
Yeah.
and we're terrified.
It is. It's currently 6.5 minutes past 7. Absolutely bricking one. Could not be more terrified if you strapped a bomb to my chest and told me I had 5 seconds.
I could be more terrified if you strapped a bomb to his chest.
I'm not nervous. Are you?
No, not really.
I'm actually a little bit busy, and people keep trying to interview me. So that's a bit awkward, but. Yeah, I think I'm on time. I'm going to get it on time. A couple of things we need to do, things we left to the last moment, things we're going to have to improvise.
I've got The Guardian, so I'll just read that.
I'm feeling all right about it. It's just sort of, I suppose, just going to be a good laugh,
Yeah,
just sort of.
yeah, it's going to be fine. I'm not nervous at all.
Yeah,
But,
I think.
Yeah,
We've got last time I think was worse. First time we did it here was just so much more like. We'll probably say that in 10 minutes. We'll be crying in the corner.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not worried at all.
No, you're not. You're hurting me.
Mama is so confused. You must be so amused playing your little game. How come you don't feel the same?
Wait a second. Could we just get one sentence of you actually mentioning the
Founded a new society. It's called Assassin Soc, or Ass Soc for short. Sorry, what? What? What?
So, do you want an answer from him and then an answer from me, or do you want a double sort of thing?
Free form, just go with it.
I'm not used to improvising.